What is up, YouTube? It's SK here, coming at you with another video. Guys, before we carry on, I would just like to say a big thank you to everybody who's given me support and shown some love to my channel. It truly means the world to me. Every like and subscription and view helps boost my content to the top of the pile using the algorithm and will allow me to spread the message to a wider audience. So, thank you once again. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so this video, I just want to talk a little bit about my own personal take on how 2020 has affected my life, but also what are some of the lessons that I've learned which have helped me in turn become a better person and have helped me grow and develop as a person. So one of my greatest life lessons has been to do with patience. I have never been a patient person from the time I was little. This year has humbled me the hell out massively when it comes to patience. One of the biggest obstacles that I faced this year was my inability to go back home. I'm originally from South Africa, and from the beginning of this year, I had been trying to get back home on numerous occasions, and every single time that I had an opportunity, I just hit a wall. Wasn't allowed to travel, and that frustrated me. The virus was the manifestation of this obstacle, and for me, I believe it was the teacher in this life lesson. I had first tried to go down during the Easter break, but we went into a lockdown in the UK, which made things impossible for me to leave the country. When we came out of a lockdown, South Africa went into their lockdown, again making it impossible to go to the country. Then when South Africa had lifted its restrictions, the UK was banned, and now here we are currently in a state where the whole world is seeing its second resurgence of the virus. So yeah, it's been a pretty shitty time for traveling. I think all of us can agree to that. What I took from this was understanding that there are some situations in life which you're just not going to be able to control. Instead of getting annoyed with the situation, which I did many times over and over again, then I started to realize that all I'm doing is just working myself up, and I'm just going to be adding to this pointless frustration, because when I get frustrated, I'm just in a bad mood and I don't do anything productive, and people around me start to feel that energy, and then it turns into a whole case of people asking, hey man, what's wrong, which only then leads to more annoyance. What I decided from this point was just to accept that what will be, will be. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but the truth behind that is you are admitting and completely surrendering yourself to the philosophy that everything in life is just an experience, and that life itself is nothing more than merely a sequence of momentary experiences. No single moment is ever the same. No single moment is ever the same. You can never recreate a moment once it has passed. So to get upset over something that is out of your control does not serve your best interests. If you're truly seeking a more positive and vibrant outlook to life, giving into annoyances or grievances based off things that are out of your control are not going to help. They're not going to serve. So that was one of my biggest lessons that I learned over this year, to do with patience. Another lesson that I learned over this year was self-care. I have always been someone who's strived to try and make other people feel good about their lives, or just to bring a sense of happiness or well-being to other people's lives. What I didn't realize was that I'm putting so much emphasis and so much effort on others that I started to neglect the most important person, myself. Having someone who is already hurt, trying to deal with other hurt or injured people, isn't going to serve you very well. Self-care goes beyond just giving yourself some retail therapy. It's about deep soul searching. Just simply dealing with your own insecurities, your own patterns. In this case, it was me coming to terms with the fact that, not everything in life is going to go my way and I just have to deal with it. There are things that are going to happen which I'm not going to like. There are other things that are going to come around which are unexpected but also pleasant. Whether or not it is either of those experiences of the spectrum, what matters is bringing yourself to the center and reminding yourself that every single experience is just a momentary dot in this journey that we are taking through life. By implementing self-care, I started to then realize that there are aspects to myself which I have to address in order to be a better person. I suppose I'm still going through a process of this now, but I am able to confidently put this out here. The aspects of self-care, you need to look within and really take time to reflect on the aspects of yourself which you react negatively to. Or an even easier way is look back at all the times this year or every experience that you've had where you have reacted negatively, and then ask yourself, what is it about that situation that provoked those emotions or those reactions within you? By doing that, we start to then pick apart and unweave the root problems that cause our negative responses. And when we address them, we give ourselves permission to heal. And then we start to become more complete for ourselves. That then in turn will start to reflect when you then project your behavior out into the world. And you'll see how people change within you. I have seen how my own family and my own friends have noticed changes in my behavior. I used to have a very negative mindset, and I used to always think that, the glass was always half empty rather than half full. There was always some sort of ulterior motive behind someone's words. I could never take a compliment. I could never accept someone else's truth because I didn't even believe my own. No one else is going to be able to complete you. You need to be able to complete yourself. We just choose to project it onto other people because we don't want to look in the mirror. That's what I learned about my own personal experience. I looked in the mirror and I just embraced what was looking back at me. By doing that, you allow yourself to actually create a safer space for yourself and heal those past emotions or whatever it is that's burrowed deep inside. You can then move on to the stage where you start to dig it out and replace it with something good and nurturing. So self-care is one of the main lessons that I learned. And my third and final point is learning to give gratitude for even the smallest things in life. Because often I have realized that there are certain things that I take for granted in life and have taken for granted in life. One of them being the ability to travel freely back to South Africa whenever I wanted, because I knew that it was there and that I had access all these years. I chose to be very selective as to when I wanted to go. The one time where I really wanted to go back, it became the most inaccessible year for me. So I had to give thanks for all the opportunities that I was allowed to go, and also give gratitude to the things in life which enabled me to realize what my problems were, what it is that I actually had to deal with. And this caused me to be on this journey, to be on this new sense of purpose. Without any progress in life, you just stagnate. And I achieved this by doing my journaling, writing in my book. I did this over a set period of time, and now it's become my pattern. What I found to be the most effective way to remind yourself that you are changing is to write in the journal. Give thanks for one thing every day when you wake up. No matter how big or small it is, any little semblance of gratitude goes a long way. So those are the 3 lessons that I have learned over the course of the year that have helped my personal development and growth. I hope that they have been insightful. Guys, if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. In the meantime, stay safe. I've been SK. I'll see you in the next one.